Hey guys, it's Susan with Staying in Stitches. I haven't made a video in a really long time. I had been working some every other week, 46, 47 hours a week, and then the other weeks 40 to 42 hours or so. And now I'm back home as a stay-at-home wife. And I had lost my stitchy bug, but in the last few weeks I've picked it back up and been watching a lot of Floss Tube as I stitch, and it's re-inspired me and re-motivated me to make my own Floss Tube videos and share with you guys what I've been working on and what I'm working on. So my chair's a little squeaky, and I'm going to be leaning over to be picking things up, so hopefully that won't be too much of a distraction. So what I've been working on, first and foremost, I've been putting a lot of time into this Dimensions kit. It's about a 3 or 4 year old whip. It's called Quiet Night. A couple days ago I was working on this and I just about lost my patience with it. I've never once wanted to throw a project, I don't believe, across the room, and this one just about got me. Here is my progress so far, and what was driving me crazy is all that back stitching and crossing over, and there was one of these trees here, but this monster tree right here with all those bare branches was what was driving me crazy. Okay. Up next is probably, I'm not going to lie, probably 100 plus French knots. But I don't mind French knots that bad. If you'll look closely, all those little white dots that's all over the entire piece is French knots. So I was able to finish up all the back stitching yesterday, and then I got started on the French knots. Little funny story, I don't know if you could tell, is the French knot, I done it first on this fox down here, and all the white snow is 3 strands of floss, and I was just wrapping it once. Okay, well the fox's eye is, let me see if I can get him to see how big that French knot is for the fox's eye. It probably doesn't look that big showing up on screen, but it called for 2 strands, and I wrapped it twice. And so that fox has like the biggest eye in all of foxes. So before it's said and done, I'm going to take that French knot out and do the 2 strands, just wrap it around once around the needle. But I mean, look at all that back stitching. It was so tedious. And because of, these are all half stitches up through here for these kind of mountainous looking area. It was a lot of blended colors too, but there was really no landmarks of where to land your stitches when you was counting off. And because on the pattern they were all crisscrossing each other, the branches, it was hard to keep your spot as to where to land the stitch and to count it off to where to go. So I'm on the home stretch of this one. Like I said, I've just got to get all those French knots in, and my paper fell. Okay, because I want to kind of keep this all together. So that's where I'm at on this one. I think it's really pretty. In coastal South Carolina, we really don't get snow, so I'll look forward to displaying that one this winter. But on to this one. Okay, I started this about a month ago. Probably a few weeks after I was no longer working. Let me fix my shirt. Okay. And I stitched on for a little bit, and I'm like, still not feeling the stitchy bug. Well, I picked this one back up before I picked back up that this Dimensions Quiet Night one, the one I just showed you. So this is an older Dimensions kit. It's called Daydreaming Angel. Get the glare off of it. Try to. And I started working on this, picked it back up from where I just barely put a little bit of stitches in. Like, nah, stitch bug still ain't back. And I worked on it some more before switching over to the Dimensions kit, which reminds me, I did work on another one. It's right over there. I may grab it up. And excuse my little martini glass needle minder on an angel. Maybe she needs a drink. But this is where I got on her. I've got some of her wing down here and worked on her face and skin and a ribbon. And then her dress. I think she's really pretty. I just used the fabric on both those that was in the kit. And let me slide out a frame here and see if I can grab this up without making an avalanche. Yep, that's it. Perfect. Please don't fall. I have some raw stitching stuff stacked up over there. Okay. On this one here, after I worked some on the Daydreaming Angel and before... Yes, that was an avalanche. And I'm not going to edit that out. Anyhow, I'll clean that up afterwards. After working some on the Daydreaming Angel, I thought, well, let me get one that's close to a finish. That was an old whip. And so I picked this back up. It's a Treasured Holidays sampler kit by Mill Hill. It's a 1996, so it is, all that's primarily beading with some cross stitching. There is some stitching in there, but, and I almost had it finished. Isn't that snowflake charm just so pretty right there? And then that's my needle minder right there. This was, I made this needle minder myself. This was an Avon pen. It can actually come in an old Avon box, and I just made it into a needle minder. But anyhow, here's like the top, very top of it with the first, and then the stitching. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can kind of see that thread behind it because I don't really have nothing much to put behind it. Let me see if this will work. There we go. And I got all the way down here. And these beads right here, I ran out of, and I need 10 stinking beads. 10 beads. So I placed an order for them, and I'm not going to name the company. Too much stitching stuff stacked, y'all. And I placed the order on June the 23rd. Well, today is July the 1st, and I haven't heard a thing. I tried emailing them. Today I called them for the 4th time, was finally able to get someone on the phone, and I ordered those beads from them, and I really want those beads so I can get this project done. And I threw in 2 Week Style Works flosses. And they hadn't communicated with me or nothing. Finally got a hold of somebody. And what they was doing, the hold up was one of the flosses, she was waiting to come in, but I actually talked to a man because he said the lady was gone on vacation. And my order was being held up for one floss. He offered, now he did offer without me asking to go ahead and send them because I told him I needed the beads really bad. That was the reason for my whole order. So he's going to go ahead and send the beads and the one specialty floss out. And when the second specialty floss comes in, they'll just mail it out. And I said, that's perfect. Perfect. But anyhow, it's been a while. That's all that I've really worked on, I think. Checking out my avalanche that I will have to clean up. I need to put, was waiting to put it away. So in between the time that I've made the last video, I put this together. And I still haven't found a place where I wanted to put it. And this here is just a thrifted, here's the back of it. I even put the paper on the back and then installed one of these hangers. But this here, it's got a glare from the camera and the light. Let me see if I can kind of do this. I don't know. It's glaring from there. Nope. And you can see. Anyhow, we'll just have to work with it. There we go. It's a little bit better. It's called Be a Light to the World, I believe is what it says. But I did get the mats the double mats, the dark blue and the yellow, cut for me. And I, of course, with the frame had the glass with it. So, and then I just put it on the board and stretched it. And I'm sorry for the glare, but it is so pretty with some of those colors and just reminds me of a beautiful summer night. So there's a finish I could show you, but it was from a really good while back. And stuff. Okay. For some haul. Well, no. I am doing the kit. It's on Instagram. And Kenny Stitches and Mama Bear Stitches, or Mama Bear Stitchery. I can't remember her exact. It's Mama Bear Stitching, I believe. They're on Instagram, and both of them has a Floss Tube channel. If you can find them on Instagram, they both have links to their Floss Tube channel. They're doing a hashtag, and you can look it up probably by that, and it's on my Instagram, which is, my Instagram is Staying in Stitches, all spelled out. And I posted where I was participating. It's hashtag Kits and Caboodles Sal, S-A-L. And it's where every day on the 1st for the next 12 months, you start a project, a kit that you have, and you start it, and so you can get some of those kits done. Today, I haven't put any stitches in it yet. I was going to start this past Saturday, but all I'd done was, on my working copy, I found the center of the chart, because for some reason, this one didn't have the arrows to indicate where the center was. And I sorted my Floss onto the little card it come with, and found the center of my fabric. So I did not start that last Saturday, so I'm going to start it here in a little bit. And it is by the Shepherd's Bush, called Old Glory. And it is just so pretty. So I'm going to start that today. And it comes with some little beads and clay buttons. Y'all, excuse my fingernails. When I was working, I had on acrylic nails. And, honey, they damage your nails so bad when they come off. And so my nails are looking pretty ratchet. But I'm at home until they grow out and strengthen back up. It's just me primarily at home stitching away, and my stitching does not care what my fingernails look like. And my wallet does care what my fingernails look like. Okay, now for some haul. I did go to several places today. I went to Barefoot Needle Art down towards Garden City. It's now a local needlework shop near me. Got some goodies there. I went to Michael's hoping to get some floss. Their floss section was wiped out, man. I mean, it was like almost barren. I mean, it might have had all of maybe 50 flosses that you could choose from. So I just grabbed one or two, and I didn't even bother looking for what was on my list. I asked the cashier lady when I was checking out, did she know when, my hair's a mess because I've been out running around today. But I asked if she knew when they would be stocking their floss because I had a 20% off coupon. And I believe that coupon, though, is good, at least locally in my area, to July 31st. So, she said check back on Tuesdays when they get their trucks, but she didn't really know what they got in on the trucks. So, I went there, and then after that, I stopped at a local quilt shop. I am going to start throwing in a little bit other crafts here and there. I thought about it before, and that's what we'll do. But earlier this week, I got an order in from McKenna at 1884 Stitchery. She's from Arizona, or out in Arizona. And I placed me a good old order there. And I'll share with you. So we're on the haul now. Excuse me. From McKenna. She has a YouTube channel. And it's 1884stitchery.com if anyone's interested in checking out her stuff. Anyhow, I got Just Nan, Batty Boris. I'm going to have to figure out something about this light, y'all, because I'm in the office / kind of part of my craft room, and I got a whole nother separate building outside. But this is kind of where some of the hauling, filtering stuff gets done before it gets taken out there. It did come with the beads and the little, looks like buttons, and the little metal curlicue thing, and the little thing you put, and the fabric. So got that. I got Just Nan Witchy Sister Mouse, and it come with all the little, first let me show it to you. Like I said, I apologize. Next time I'll try to get this glare situation worked out. I'm sure it's because of the light above me and then the light off to the side of me. So I'll try to get close. Just cute. And it comes with a little accessory pack. And it also comes with fabric. Okay, I got Stitching with the Housewives, Calvin and Trixie. I just thought this was too cute. Okay. And of course, we absolutely love Charleston. And that's kind of what I'd rather do. And we've done that for our anniversary before. We went to Savannah, Georgia last year for our anniversary and stayed in, I like to stay in the old, like 1800s bed and breakfasts, 18 whatever year. The really old bed and breakfasts. I love staying in those older houses. But these are actual real areas of Charleston. These are older leaflets. I've collected several of them, and I may have already have these in my stash, but these were only $2 each, and I snatched them up. So this is South Battery View. They're by Barbara and Cheryl, and there's that. And I got Queen Street Alley I'm getting ready to show you next, and they show them where they're stitched and put side by side. And this one, of course, is by Barbara and Cheryl, and this is Queen Street Alley. Charleston does have that really old, in some sections, cobblestone bricks, and it's just gorgeous down there. We'd eventually like to get us like a vacation home down there. I don't know if it'll happen in the years, but we'll see. This is a Dimensions leaflet, Circle of Love. I think that's really pretty. Now, a lot of these, except for the Just Nan, was in her all these other charts, I believe, was in her $2 section, including Stitching with the Housewives, I believe. Yeah, the Just Nan stuff was not in the $2 section. Everything else, all these other leaflets, was in the $2 section. Stony Creek Collection, Christmas from the Heart. And what, I like that angel, but what caught my eye was this one. And it also has these designs in it. Okay, here's the trilogy, Domes of Doom, Spooky Night. And I did not know this, but it came with the little stars. Oh, showing a little bit of the chart. And the beads. Now this was not in the $2 section, but it was only $6. Just Nan, Another Girl's Night Out, and I just love that. That's so cute. Is that not cute? And for once, I don't believe this one has beads. It just has acrylic that it takes. And here's one more Just Nan. It's called the Witching Hour Cube. And it has the cutest, let me show it to you first. Of course, glare again. And see it. And you can set one of the little mouses on top of it that I bought separately. The mouse does not come in this kit, I don't believe. The chart, it's separate. But look, can you see that little witch charm that goes on it? And of course it comes with all the beads. Okay, so that's my haul from McKenna. Okay. Now this, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. This was from a previous, back when I was working, because I didn't work too far from Barefoot Needle Art. I picked these, just stopped in quick. We got an hour for lunch, and I just stopped in really quick and grabbed these up. And this has been since this past winter. So I got, this is by Hello from Liz Matthews. I got 2 Pumpkins Bright. See. I just think that's completely adorable. This one was stitched on 40 count fabric, and actually I might for the first time try my hand at 40 count. If not, I might try it on 36 count, because today when I was at Barefoot I took a look at 40 count and I was like, can I see that? No, not really. These 44-year-old eyes are getting rough. This was another one I picked up. It's by Luminous Fiber Arts. I have to be careful, I'm showing the back. Cat-o'-lantern. I love that. Look at that kitty cat and the little mouse. I have got some of the call for I managed to get, I believe, all the crescent color works for this one. Which reminds me, some of them looked very similar in color, because I picked those up today from Barefoot, which you'll see shortly. I've got most of these, but I've had a rough time finding a couple of those. This is one of their original patterns. And since I live at the beach, it's Barefoot Needle Art. I might have been saying Needleworks. But they designed this one. And so, I see the fabric they put that on. It's kind of hard and washed out. But I found the perfect, although it is, and which I don't mind stitching on 8 at all. I stitch on all kinds of fabric. It's 18 count. It's by Fortnite, called Flamboyant. And this piece looks pretty much the exact same that they used. It's got some of that yellow green and the purples. Oh, y'all might, I'm trying to get my Etsy shop back up. And I'll speak more about that probably in another video. Okay. But I may start doing some hand-dyed floss and hand-dyed fabrics myself. Here's two of the colors for the one with the cat, the really cute cat, the Luminous Fiber Arts one, the Cat-o'-lantern. That day, they only had two of the colors in that, and I didn't worry with the other one at the time. And also, these have been sitting in a bag. Well, actually, my receipt's still in here, so I can tell you when I purchased this. October the 12th. Oh, how we have stuff sitting around. I haven't tried these yet. Have y'all tried these, y'all? These are the Easy Guide ball tip needles. Down here at the very bottom, instead of being like a point, they're ball tipped. I got size 28, which is a smaller. The higher the number, the smaller the needle. So, let me put this right here so I can put that back in the bag, because that's just what I'm kind of keeping up with it for now. While I'm already into it, let me go ahead and show you what I got today. I got some Floss Away bags. I can order these wholesale because I do have my business license, because I run an Etsy shop and stuff like that. But I placed an order to wholesale the other day, and I forgot to grab up some of these because I want some of these for my personal use. So I got 100 count of those. Oh, I got this cute little needle minder. Thread. Got this cute little needle minder. It's a bottle cap needle minder. Oops, upside down. It'd probably help if I take it out, but you kind of see it. It's a flag. I thought this would be super cute to go with my shepherd's bush that I'm going to start here in a little bit. Okay. Here's what I was talking about. These flosses here, except for one of them, is for the other pumpkin one I showed you. This one is definitely a different color. This one here, you can definitely see it's a different shade. This one's Brandied Pears, Colonial Copper, and Autumn Spice. And they are just so similar. I mean, I can tell a difference. This one's stands out more from these two. But these two practically look about the same to me. I mean, I can tell a bit of difference. Now, this one here was the only one I was able to grab up, was wrought iron for the other one that already had the two that I showed you before. But here's all the flosses for the one of the big pumpkins, not the cute cat one. And I just grabbed these up to have on hand. This one is Under the Sea Fabrics. It's called Hestia. Hestia. It's a Joblin 28 count fat quarter. I'll just show it to you guys. This is so pretty. Which side? I guess it don't really matter. Look at that, y'all. It's just so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. So, I grabbed that today. And then, this is another Under the Sea Fabrics called Hamlet, a Joblin 28 count fat quarter. Y'all might hear that frog. And here is this piece. So I have quite a few of the Nora Corbett, which is also she also does the Mirabilias, but they're a little bit easier, quicker designs over Mirabilias. Speaking of which, I finished my Mirabilia Mermaid. I can't say it. Dadgummit. It's hanging in the closet, so for the next video I'll show you guys. I finished it. I'd have to look back on my Instagram, but this is another Under the Sea Fabrics called Hanami. Hanami. Same thing, Joblin 28 count fat quarter. And this, one of the ladies who owns the shop was explaining this to me, was Under the Sea's fabric of the month for this month, and she said this is just flying off of the shelves. They only have like a half yard left, and I could just see a mirror on there, or one of the Pixies of Nora Corbett, which does the mirrors, so something beautiful will go on that. They had a bargain corner, and if nothing else, I thought it was worth it for the linen. These were $3 each, y'all. See? There's really no name to it, but they've got even weave in the back and beautiful flosses. I actually like the design, though. I may stitch those. And then this would be a pretty companion piece to it. These are kind of in white. Same thing, same fabric, just the floss to match that. So I got those. She said these were fairly new. And when she was ordering them, she ordered one to see if she would, you know, like to carry it in the shop, if it was, you know, she just made sure it's cool enough. So these are by Just Another Button Company. It's called Wicked Flight. Let me get close enough, hopefully try to get the glare off of it. We gotta work on this glares. All you stitch is the word Wicked. And it comes with this button, this button, this button, and these 2 stars. It does not come with the floss. It says, stitch only the word on the printed paper design. This kit includes buttons, papers, and chart. You add the floss and needle. Visit our website. And look, y'all, look through this. It's got the moon printed on there. This is perforated paper. And that's the little pack of good stuff in there. And then the last thing I got from there was by Vintage Needle Arts, Dream Big Little Mermaid. I love anything mermaid, coastal. So there we go. That's what I got from there today. Then from Michael's, I got some of this right here. It's DMC Charles Craft Irish Linen. It's Even Weave Lugana 28 count. I tend to grab up 28 count because I learned my lesson on the Mirabilia Mermaid I think it was, excuse me, is I used a 32 count hand dyed for that mermaid. And the problem I ran into is with fibers, most fibers, unless they're all 100% synthetic, which it's not in cross stitch fabric, I don't believe, they shrink some. You will get some shrinkage. Just as in cotton quilting fabrics, when you wash them, you will get a percentage of shrinkage. So if you use a hand-dyed fabric and it's got like beads on it, I had to illuminate in certain areas a bead or two, because the fabric had, was too small to fit all the beads. So if you use hand-dyed fabrics, go down to about 28. If it calls for 32, go down to 28. That way you got plenty of room to put your beads. Just if you go down, my only piece of advice is if you go from 32 and they tell you the design size, go by the stitches, how wide, how long, and pop it into a cross stitch calculator and change it to 28 count fabric over 2 threads to get the new design size, because it will not be the design size that it tells you it's going to be for 32 count. The stitch width and height will remain the same no matter what. Just a tip, if you do change, so you'll get the correct amount of size fabric in 28 versus if it calls for 32, so you will have plenty of room to frame your piece and you won't be short at the end. So I got that linen. I grabbed up the bills out of the thing while I was okay, this here, I grabbed this up. It was $5.99 with 20% off. What's the size? It's a 10 by 10. It's like wood. It's got a hanger you can do this way, or one of the little metal things if you don't want to display that you can hang it on the wall. I thought this would be cute to, if you've got one that you want to change out seasonally, and I'm doing the Country Cottage Needleworks, even though I ain't worked on it well over a year or two. I've got May done, I believe. And you can, fix them up real nice, put a cute little ribbon up here, and put a magnet here in the center and a magnet on the back, and just pop them on and off. So I got that with stitching in mind for stitching finishing. I did take this in with me at Michael's to check on a frame. I was just going to get the frame. It's been finished for several years. I actually hand-dyed the Ada that came in with the kit myself. That's why I was talking about I may start dyeing some fabric. I dyed quilt fabric years and years and years ago. And a quilt shop actually wanted me to do bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric, but with 4 small children. That was just a feat, and one woman bandstand, kicking bandstand. I was like, so I actually started out with quilt fabric, but then I've dyed my own cross stitching fabric over the years. But it was so busy back there, it had people waiting to be waited on. I just walked right on past. I said, not today. Not after getting over COVID. I wasn't getting around a whole bunch of people. I'm back to giving wide berth. Here was my list of flosses. There was just a couple on this page, and a page worth here of some of them multiples. I just got the one. Did she put it in there with that? Yes, she did. They had a sale on their beads. The lady was so sweet to wrap up the beads. Here's the one that I got. I found that quickly and easy, $6.99. Grabbed it up. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I ain't trying to go through that rest of that mess. I got these beads. They had all their beads 40% off. Got these. In case I decided to make some fobs, scissor fobs. Of course, I've got multitudes and multitudes and multitudes. I can make scissor fobs for years. I've got so many beads. This is a pretty light purple. It's not really showing up too good. Just some of these cute little sparklies. These were super cute. These are light pink glass hearts. Okay. And the other couple things I grabbed real quickly, which is quilt related, just briefly. But I'm going to show you the quilt stuff. So I got this magazine there. I love that one on the front. I'd love to make that. Yeah. Grabbed up this quilt magazine. And this one. So there's those. Really quickly, let me set it off. I was straightening up some things here in the office, and I come across these where I bought last year. I took them out of the package. I got these cute little yellow scissors from Hobby Lobby. Just took them out of the package last week. Last week. Very nice sharp tip points. I like those where you can get right in there and just snip. I do love to collect scissors. This adorable, cute, magnetic needle holder. You put them there and it's magnetic and you can keep your needles in there. And I just opened that last week and found it from last summer. Opened this too last week. It's a little, whoa, where am I at? Right there. It's a soft, it's kind of malleable bead, but it's a needle threader. And keeping it in with the bee theme. This is a gauge, and it come out dirty like this, y'all, because I just opened it last week and I have not used it. This is 1.5 inch, 2 inch, and 2.5 inch, and it's where you can put it up in the corner. If you want to start in the corner, you need to figure out the size of your project, size of your fabric, so you know if you got enough. And you want to start your project from a corner or bottom, one of the 4 corners, and you can measure in. And it's got, let me turn around. It's got this cute little bee design. So I thought that was a cute little set. I had to buy each piece separately and individually, but they weren't much. Like this was like $2.99. I want to say $3.99, $4.99, $4.99, something like that. And the scissors was like $4.99. Those scissors wasn't much. And at the same time, I'd picked up this little kit I want to do soon. It was only $2.99. It's a little felt kit of a flamingo. It's got a little hanger on it. Because I want to set me up like a little metal tree to keep up all year. But it ain't like a Christmas tree. But it's like a metal where you hang ornaments off of. I've looked at them on Amazon. Oh. You know, I told you about the hashtag kits and caboodle sale. You pick one to start the first of the month. I'm thinking about starting this one for one of those 12 months. It is a Westbrook. It's called West Nestle Nook Farm. I ain't gonna try to chop all that up with words. Who's putting it out? Oh, a Pegasus publication. But it was a kit I had found off eBay a while back. It comes with light blue Ada. All the floss. What I like though, it's got the cards in there where you can put them on there and they're labeled, but you do have to sort the floss yourself, which I don't mind. And I may make this one of the 12. And it comes with a mat. And it's on black. Oh, I didn't get to my quilt stuff. Sorry. Talking a lot too. This here, I picked this up. It's a kit. Is it by Moda? Yep, Moda. It makes this whole quilt here. This is a panel. It comes inside the box and all the fabrics to do the piece outside border. And you also get to make the table runner. So, even though, you know, we're at the 4th of July, I'd love to make that and have it ready for next year, but we'll see. Okay. I got this book, Let's Get Scrappy. Love this one. And here's some more of the other projects that's in there. But what caught my eye was the one on the front. Okay. This here, I do have a long arm quilting machine. So, to get some ideas, I got this book here. And, okay, I got, if you're a quilter or know a little bit about quilting, this is called Moda Bake Shop. And someone said, did someone say cake? That Moda and a lot of other quilting companies that produces fabric puts out what's called layer cakes. They're 10 by 10 inch squares. And this book has you working with those 10 inch squares. It's called layer cakes. So that's why the title's like that. But I really like this one on the front. And here's a few more. That's on the back. I'll do a quick flip through. Here's one. It's called Spice Cake. I could have showed that one better. I like that one, but if you think about it, you got to picture it with fabrics that you like. Some people can't do that. This one's called Beaded Bracelets. Jeweled diamonds. This one I absolutely love. Well, Garden Gate. I was going to see if I could find a little bit better picture, but that's probably a good picture of it. Oh, there's one. Love that. This one's called Cartwheels and Roundoffs. Let me find a good full picture of it. Dana, D-A-Y-N-A, Daya. I don't know. I like it though. There's that one. This was the whole reason I bought this book. What is it called? So I can tell you the name of the pattern. Blossom. Of course, you probably can't buy them individually, but that one. If you couldn't tell from the other stuff, I've been having an obsession with bees over the last year or two. That is the entire reason why I bought this book. I liked some other patterns in it. When you can find a book that you like more than one pattern, because I gave $25.99 for this sucker. It's always a bonus. Not saying you'd make all those, but the possibility's there. There's something else, more than one thing you like in it for that price. Only a couple more, I believe. Here's this one. That would be a great guy's quilt. That would be perfect for a guy. Not saying a woman cannot have it. You can change the colors in it and all that other stuff. But in quilting patterns, it's hard to find quilts for dads, grandpas, uncles, brothers, stuff like that. So when you come across one that would work for them, this one don't float my boat that much. And the reason why is the colors in it. It's just not my thing. Those types of colors and fabrics together. I don't like it. But you got to think outside the boat and imagine it with colors you do like. See, about right before the pandemic hit, the winter before, in fall into winter, I was teaching quilt classes, and I taught the harder quilt classes, like with the curves and stuff like that, like a drunkard's path block, and I'd have to show you that quilt one day. The several quilts. Paper piecing, I taught paper piecing. Done a big, nice, long Christmas tree, paper piece Christmas tree I taught a quilt on. I like that one pretty good. I like that gray background. I do have some quilt blocks in here that I've been needing to lay out, and I've been working on a log cabin quilt because I hadn't been sewing in a while because of that job too, but now I'm back into sewing also. I like that one. And that's it. The only other couple little doodads. My obsession with scissors. The sweet lady wrapped them in a little plastic bag. Aren't those cute? Little black pattern. Nice and sharp. Not only would I use these for quilting, I use these for cross stitch. More cross stitch than anything if I got my favorite pair out there for quilting. Okay, y'all. Those are my busted up fingernails. Last night I was working on stitching those French knots, and all of a sudden, I don't know if you can see. See that little place right there? See it right there. Either I was pulling that needle, my fingers, if they get dried out, will split. And the other week, this one had a split here, but it's healed up. And then this one, all of a sudden, just something burning. Well, at the checkout, they had these things, and they come in a set of 3. And only $2.09. I was like, sold. I was thinking while I was driving earlier, and I hadn't got to this quilt shop yet, and I was thinking, is there a way to like cut just the tips to about right there of latex gloves and maybe take a tiny rubber band, but if you put it on too tight, it would cut the circulation eventually off in your fingers. And I'm like, I need something to kind of, number one, protect that, and number one, to protect my hands. Well, they had these thimbles, and they come in a pack of 3, I guess, so you could use on this one here, man. You just slide that, and it fits so nice, and got little grippers on them. And you can even use this one for that one. I don't know. Anyway, my big fat fingers. Maybe that. Oh, this one works. This must be for like one of these down here, probably, because I have done hand quilting in the past. And you need some. Look, dude, these fit so perfect on there. And I guarantee these suckers, because they're like, I don't know, better than vinyl gloves, but not thick like cleaning gloves. And with the grippies, these suckers will pull that, especially working with 3 strands of floss. And I can grab that needle right there, and it will protect my skin and my fingers. I'm like, dude, for $2.09? Yes, ma'am. So, I got those. And that's it. I did, like I said, the South Seas Mermaid. I think it may be on one of my past old videos of me showing it. I'm pretty sure, almost 100% positive it is. This shirt, like the neckline is just all wore out, but it's comfy. And I couldn't think of the name of it when I was telling you guys earlier, but it's called the South Seas Mermaid. It is done. It is hanging up on a hanger in my closet, lonely and waiting to be framed. I will pull it out for my next video, and I don't know if I'll do every week or every other week, or even maybe once a month. I guess it really just all depends on how much stitching I get done. Probably I will do every 2 weeks. But I'm thinking I'm going to, not thinking, I'm going to get my Etsy shop back up. At the time, I offered needle minders. I made and sold needle minders. I do, like I said, have my business license and I have several accounts set up, cross stitching and quilting, where I can purchase wholesale. So, once I get that up and running, if any of you guys would be so lovely and want to support a small business, because I'd rather work for myself than for someone else. Don't we all? So I'm going to try to get working on that very, very soon. I placed a quilting order and I placed a cross stitch order wholesale just this past week. The quilting order should be here tomorrow, and if FedEx stays on time. And the place I get wholesale from, which is Welch, if that's how you say it, they're running about 3 weeks behind. So it will be several weeks before I get that in. And as I stated, I'd probably do fabric, start with more than floss at first. I may start dyeing. I have purchased some dyes. They're here. So thinking about hand dyeing some fabric, and maybe even some quilt fabric and putting it up there for those quilters too, and doing that. So hopefully those are my future plans. Hopefully I can start giving you guys a little bit of a preview when I do pop stuff up, or run specials for you guys, like give y'all a 10% off code for anyone who watches my YouTube videos, and it'll be good for a certain amount of time. But we'll see. I'll hash out all the details, and I hope you guys stay safe, getting a lot of stitching and quilting in, like I'm getting back into. And I hope y'all have a safe and happy 4th of July. Enjoy time with your family, friends, or just yourself. Talk to you guys later. Bye and take care.